young musician. We all know he's young. He said he's still growing himself. He's sitting there with the comedian. Wrong setting. But is the comedian beyond saving? No, sir. Why would we call him a clown?
Hello and welcome back to GMFD TV official YouTube channel. If you're seeing our video for the first time, kindly hit on the subscribe button and click on the notification bell to get notified anytime we post.
All this. And he said unto them, an enemy has done this. The servant said unto him, will thou then we go and gather them up? Wait there. Notice, this is an allegory. He's talking about us as Christians. We are too busy trying to figure out who is right, who is wrong, who is a Christian, who is a pastor, who is the right pastor, the true prophet, the false prophet, the true apostle. The Bible says, stop it. They said, should we go and tell the people who is the right one and who is the false one? Let's go. This is what Jesus said. But he said, no. Because in you trying to gather up the weeds, you might uproot the good ones. In you trying to show people that is a false prophet, that is a false apostle, you might damage the ones that actually are interested in the kingdom. Have love. What is happening right now is a sham. A young musician. We all know he's young. He said he's still growing himself. He's sitting there with the comedian. Wrong setting. But is the comedian beyond saving? No, sir. Why would we call him a clown? Is the pastor who called him a clown wrong? Maybe on calling him a clown he was wrong. But is what he's saying wrong? No. He's looking at it and thinking, this might not be the right thing. But he's really shunning the young man correct? No, it's not correct. He has already told you he's maturing. Why hammer on him and attack him? Why? There needs to be a balance where we do not hate the people we actually want to bring to Christ. Where even this comedian does not think a man of God can call him a clown. Was he clowning? Maybe yes. That's what comedians do. So is the pastor also wrong to call him a clown? Maybe he was referring to what? To his comic profession. There needs to be a balance where we look at people and say, the Bible is telling us somebody went and has sown tares. That means one person can actually have good and bad in them. Yes, you can say, oh, no, bad fruit can bear good fruit, and no good fruit tree can bear. But we know. We fall, we rise. So these are two people. They are in one location. And whatever is happening, I didn't even watch the video, the whole video. I just said, you know what? I look at it and go like, might not be the most mature thing that is happening. This one is a comedian. This one is a Christian. I don't know what they said after that whole video went out. Maybe the Christian rose up. But also as Christians, we should not respond to even ministers when they minister. If they correct you, don't respond. Move on with your ministry. Move on. Now hear this. Hear what it says. But he said, nay, lest while we gather up the tares, lest while we are condemning this comedian, we might mess up this person who has already told you, I worship God. I was sent by God to be a worshiper. But guess what? In this moment, I was weak. Then we damage the one that is used by God, even in his immaturity, by trying to castigate a person we are calling a clown. Says we will then uproot what? The wheat with the weeds. Let's just say we all agree, although I don't agree with that. We all agree and say, this comedian was out of line completely. He was. That part he was. But let's say we agree that he is a clown, which I don't. But let's say we agree he's a clown. Let me read it again. But he said, no. Go 27, because this is powerful. So the servants went and said, did we not saw this good singer in the field? Where is this comedian coming from? 28. And he said, the devil has brought the comedian in. But the servants then said, but we can remove the comedian. Call him a clown. Call him a fool. Said, if you do it, you might actually lose the singer who I have sent. So treat the comedian with respect. I did not say respect what he did, but correct him in love. Let him know he is needed in church. Let him know he can be restored. Let him know this what you are doing was wrong, but do it in love. Even the talk has to be not soft, stern, but love. So is the preacher wrong to correct? No. But it's wrong if that man there is not his son or his church member. Very wrong. Oh, but Peter was corrected. Yes, they were in the same calling, in the same group, in the same mission. This is not two different denominations. But is the preacher wrong? No, because you posted your video on YouTube. You've become a member of everyone. You're not getting it at all. Let's go with this scripture. Let's go 30. Let both of them grow together until the harvest. If they grow together, maybe this one might be influenced by that one. But of course, this is where the problem is, because you're saying the musician could not influence him. But that's only from a video perspective. What if behind the scenes he did it? Which he should do on the screen. I'll say to the reapers, gather ye together first the tares, and bind them in bundles to bend them. But gather the wheat into my barn. That means it is possible to be connected to somebody who is here or move in the same society. Don't be like them. Come out of them, my people. Doesn't mean to say, I don't talk to you, I don't greet you. I seek to come out from your ways, but seek to influence you. But the moment we hammer them and crush them and fight them until we get to a point where the person doesn't even want Jesus anymore. He is looking around. See, I was a fine preacher as a young man. Then got to a point where I was opposed every day. And most of my mistakes came from rebelling. I looked at the church, they didn't want to talk about me. They were very tough with me when I had not even made a mistake. And I thought, if this is what is in the house of God, imagine what is out there. Out there might even be better. I was standing with Prophet Magandua at his building it was a Lent then, standing, leaning on his car. We took us there, leaning like this. A drunkard came. You know that. He went past us. He looked back. So, my seat. Even a drunkard said, yeah. My prosperity is with these people. I might be drunk here, but somebody. Listen. Imagine if we were sitting there and going like this, these sinners. It wasn't money. It was $1. But the sinner could realize the truth. The church is busy calling us prosperity preachers. Tell me what's different. Prosperity preachers, the people who are calling us prosperity preachers are actually having buildings and equipment in equipment. Where did they get the money? Offering and tithing. Where are we getting the money? We have businesses everywhere. So who is a prosperity preacher? Listen, I'm not a prosperity preacher. I'm a preacher who is prospering. Sit down. Was it not 2 weeks ago when I was talking about I'm going to buy a Rolls Royce and I'm going to do this? Then last week, my son sent a message. I was with somebody. I don't remember who I was with. Said, yeah, this is the money I'm now bringing. Or I just send it to Rolls Royce and they buy the car. Huh? This is last week. A day ago, I wake up, phone. I can give you this amount, or I give you a Rolls Royce. Another one, second. Just yesterday. Now, notice, these are not my church members. 0 miles. So you might think we blinded our church members. No. These are not church members. People in their own location, 0 miles. Now I have to think, which Rolls Royce do I drive today? Now, who has been told here, sow a seed for the Rolls Royce? Not one. So, am I preaching prosperity? You don't know. Because what happens with people is they take, we have programs here where someone can take just the jokes of UEBERT Angel and put them there. And somebody who is stupid only goes to those jokes and says, oh, UEBERT Angel is a comedian. Because you cut the wrong part. We have over 2,000 messages on our new app that is coming. Not one is about money. Most of my books are on prayer, not even on prophecy. But if you're stupid and you're given one book on prayer, you say, that's all I preach. One book on money, that's all he preaches. Because you're a dunderhead. Nincompoop. So understand this. Understand. It says we should be careful what we do as men and women of God. Otherwise, we foster an environment where demons of division will come into the church. Look at Muslims. They oppose each other in private. Oppose one Muslim. Do you know how many denominations they have? Over 72. I know you didn't know. You thought all Muslims believe the same thing. No, over 72. Yes, they even have wars against each other. But they will never come to the public and fight each other. They never. Only in Christianity. We have our own people killing our own generals. Killing the next generation that is coming. When they arrive, they find no legacy left by us except fighting each other. That's what we are able to do. Especially the Nigerian church. And I understand why the Nigerian church is like that. These people are over 200 million, sir. Zimbabwe, you are 15 million. And pastor is fighting another pastor. Ha! Where Nigeria is concerned, is over 200 million. You are going to find some people doing that. You're going to find at least 5 fighting. That's acceptable there. I'm not saying it's acceptable, it should happen. But the quantity of churches, you can understand there are going to be 2 or 3 people fighting. So what did I say? I don't oppose the pastor, but I also don't oppose the musician. He was wrong, but the pastor was also wrong in the intensity of his words. But was he supposed to keep quiet? No. Because if you post your thing on social media, you want everyone to know. That's why I explained to our ministers in the church now, these you musicians, the way you so much want to be seen in this location, in that location, in that location. Minister, I'm ministering. You're not a minister. Just because you're singing, you're not a minister. You are singing. Now, I'm minister, so hey! You are the equivalence of Beyonce in the world. You're just in the church. You're just a big sinner looking for a stage. So you don't feel nothing if we put you in front there. You feel the energy from people. You feed on the energy of people. You are simply a demon. Because all you are interested in is standing there and feel everyone going like, yes, yes. That's all you feel. While you're worshiping there, no, God is in your head. Zero. Nothing. So because the church has created celebrities on the stage, seeing and seeing and seeing and seeing. These are celebrities on stage. Now guess what we are having a problem with? We are trying to control these celebrities. They can't be controlled now. I have a show today. You have a show. And what is coming out of your mouth is praising God. And it's a show. Silly. That's why I want to stop people that look like celebrities. Sit down, listen to the word until the word enters you. That when you stand in front there and you say fire, people go like, the way he's singing, it is different. People go home after entertainment. That's why you get tired after entertainment. You go home, you are like, today we danced. Baby, touch my toes. Now you need massage. If it's the spirit say, I can stand here for 20 hours. Just the spirit talking. And I even want to stop and the spirit say, continue. I decree and declare. By the authority of the spirit. Someone here is about to win their crown. Begin to pray, begin to pray, begin to pray, begin to pray, begin to pray.
If you're seeing our video for the first time, kindly hit on the subscribe button and click on the notification bell to get notified anytime we post.